angel fly within my life, beside me in all I do.
Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly angel reading for July 13th through to the 19th. I am back here in beautiful England. I was going to say sunny, but it's not very sunny right now. And a lot has happened in the last few weeks for me while being in California. I have shared with you in the weekly videos, of course, some of what's been happening, but for me, it's been a lot about my femininity, a lot about my connection with my body, which, as you know, has been a big part of my journey, and my sacral chakra. The sacral chakra for all of us is our second chakra, or the second main chakra anyway, out of the seven, and is our womb area for women, and that's why for women especially it's very powerful center. It's the seat of our power in many ways for women, of our intuition, of our creativity, of our sexuality, our desires. So I wanted to really connect with the goddesses this week, because the goddess energy is that same thing, the feminine power that's within all of us, whether we're male or female. And they are beautiful beings of love and light. And people have often said to me when I connect with them in these readings, you know, is it okay to connect with them? Who are they? Do I have to be of certain faith or religion? No, they are non-denominational, and yet the goddesses that we connect with in this deck do come from different faiths and traditions. And so if you're familiar with some and not of others, perhaps it's a time for you to learn. But just know that they all come from love. They all come from wanting to support us as part of our divine team. And there may be some that you feel more connected to, like Mary or Aphrodite or Kali or whoever it may be. But if you can be open to these messages, they are beautiful beings that want to help us very practically here on the earth, because they've lived it. They are slightly different from the angels in that they've had a human experience. So it's always worthwhile listening to them to see how they can support us right now in this human time. Okay, so here we go for Monday and Tuesday. Irene, peace. This is a beautiful card. There is no need to worry, as everything is working out beautifully. Okay, so that's pretty succinct, obvious message there. And I find it very interesting because the last 2 weeks we've had big, strong messages about having faith, about trusting ourselves, about trusting our intuition, about trusting more deeply in our relationships. And this kind of continues that theme, doesn't it? She's holding a baby, which to me also reminds me of, you know, again, of our relationships, of our more personal lives, of us being able to take care of each other. And then the bag of goodies there, the fruit and the vegetables. So that is also to me a sign of our material life also. So whichever area of your life or both that you feel most triggered by right now, that's pushing your buttons, that's making you kind of go into that slightly panicky, edgy place, just know that they have our backs right now, that even if we can't see it, things are really turning out for our highest good. That, you know, faith is all said and done, isn't it, when things are going well? But faith is really, you know, really comes into its own, if you like, when things are not so easy to deal with, when things aren't so clear. Having faith is like holding your hand out in the dark and finding it held. I remember that one quote that I remember seeing, and it's so beautiful, isn't it? Just sometimes things can feel dark and uncertain and wobbly, and like we don't have all the answers, but faith is really trusting that we're not alone, that our hand is being held, and that they are taking care of us. Okay, so trust. So here we go for the middle of the week. Abundantia, prosperity. The universe is pouring its abundance out to you. Be open to receiving. So again, it's interesting that we're talking about our needs being met, because this seems to be, again, another theme in the last few weeks. prosperity. So this is pointing more to our material needs. And as I was talking about with the sacral chakra, it says be open to receiving. So really noticing how open you are to receiving help. Are you saying that you want something but they're not pushing it away? Or are you saying that you can be taken care of in one way and not in another way? It's interesting, but the female energy is receptive, and compared to the male, the masculine energy, it is passive in that way. It doesn't mean that you have to sit and do nothing, and it doesn't mean that you have to just say yes to other people and not take action. Far from it. But the female energy itself is about allowing, about being, allowing the energy to come to us, allowing the blessings to come to us, allowing ourselves to be in more of a still place so that we can listen, that we can be more intuitive. So yes, manifesting our material life can be about taking action. But sometimes the biggest thing that we can do is say, yeah, I deserve it. Yes, I'm going to be open to it. Paying attention to those lower chakras, the one, first of all, at the base of our spine, which is more masculine. The red, the root chakra, the base chakra, it's all about our material life, our security, our feeling of being really here on the earth. And then going up to the sacral chakra, which is more, as I said, feminine and, being in our desires, really feeling our emotions. So just knowing that if we can trust our material needs to be taken care of, trusting our presence here on the earth, trusting that we are supported, then our sacral chakra is going to be able to blossom more, because we are going into that place of faith and more focusing upon our own creativity, kind of the juiciness of life. And so they're both very, very connected. They're both about really being in our physical bodies. And it feels like Abundantia wants to help us to be open to that and to really have faith that our needs are taken care of. Again, it's very much a theme. Going into the weekend, okay, it's even more of a theme. We have a triple whammy here. Lakshmi, the Hindu goddess, bright future, stop worrying, everything is going to be okay, everything's going to be fine even, she says. And she has her hands open, she has her hand chakras, this beautiful energy coming from her hand chakras. So this is also showing me that the angels, the goddesses, want us also to know that we are channels for this healing energy, that we can be open as we open our hands. In fact, one of the things that I like to do, even when I'm sitting watching TV or I'm just being still, is just to make sure that I have my palms open, because it's saying that our energy is open to all of the opportunities, to all of the blessings, that we're saying, hey, you know what, I don't know how things are going to work out right now, but I'm going to hand it over to you. I'm going to keep myself open in that receptive place. The goddess is also pointing out the water behind Lakshmi right now, getting in water or connecting with water more than you usually would, perhaps having a particularly luxurious bath or going to a place near water by you, because the water is very connected to our sacral chakras. It's very emotional. It will help us also to clear away any of that heaviness that we may be feeling. There seems to be a lot of guidance right now about staying in our energetic space, not absorbing so much of the worldly news, the worldly stuff. That doesn't mean that we're turning a blind eye, but it's pretty heavy, some of the stuff that's going on, and it's our role, if you like, as light workers, as sensitive people, to take care of our energy so that we can be that beacon of light for others, so that we can hold that place of faith for ourselves and the world when other people don't have that sense of faith. I know that sometimes my faith is a little bit wobbly, and like we said at the beginning of the week, it's really reminding us to trust, to have faith. And actually, if we spend some time really connecting with that energy within us, with God, with the angels, with the goddesses, whoever you feel aligned with, then we can really get it back into that place of peace, that all is well, that all is in divine order, even when it doesn't look like it, even when it feels chaos, that we can go into that place and know that peace starts with us so that it can then ripple out into the world. So please, please don't worry if you're feeling panicky, if your buttons are being pushed right now. Be gentle with yourselves. Pray, meditate, do the things that will help you to feel connected to yourself and know that we are being supported. Please call on the goddesses. Please know that you are so, so loved, that we are all loved, that we're all in this together. And wow, it just feels like we're going into uncharted territory a little bit. But if we can hold on, I think things are going to start to blossom for us in amazing ways. Much love to you all. Bye bye for now.